Validation is for packing, not for humans. I made a decision to frame all the words that I want to wake up to and see them on my wall and just get this reminder that these are the things I need not to worry about in this life, so I can just start my day knowing that I don't need to seek validation from no one. So after framing this word, I had to pay 15,000 naira for it. And that did not sit right with me. Now, don't get me wrong, the person that did this job did a good job. I love the frame, it came out professionally done. But then again, I don't have money to make 10 different quotes for that amount. I can't frame 10 different quotes for that amount. So, what I now said to myself was, you want it, you don't have the money, why not make it yourself? So this is my second attempt in making a frame. The first attempt came out well, but I wanted to be sure that this was not a beginner's luck, so I decided to make another one and film the whole process of how I made a frame. These are the materials I used. I had a marker with me and also a carton paper. Then I had a cardboard paper white and then a fabric. Now I decided to change this fabric along the line. I got Ankara because this particular fabric was not doing it for me. And then I bought a top bond glue. I'm going to put all their prices so you know how much. I had a pair of scissors or two pairs of scissors and also an application brush. So here are the steps I followed. I had a carton paper. This carton paper can be to your width and the length, your desired length and width. Okay, so it's up to you to determine how wide and how long you want your frame to be. So this carton paper is going to be used to create the board. Okay, the board for the frame. Now I went ahead to place my carton paper on my cardboard paper, my white cardboard paper, and I will apply my top bond glue. Now make sure that when you're applying your top bond glue, you use an application brush for this. Don't use your bare hands and let it dry. Okay. After it dries, when I want to trim my white cardboard paper around the carton paper, I'm going to leave excess because I will fold it on the carton paper like this. So as you can see here, I have folded in some part of my cardboard paper on the carton paper. So it is folded so I can have a clean edge on this side like this. So see how it looks. This is a board. So this is like my second trial. I'm going to bring like a very detailed process. You can make one for yourself. Okay, so this is what I have as a result of that. And now I cut out another cardboard paper white, the same white, and I'm going to place this at the other rough side of the first board I created. I'm going to use this white cardboard paper to cover it up like this, and I will glue with my top bond glue. Okay, and this is the result after that. Now you can see that all sides is just going to be looking clean, a little bit clean, because we folded the first cardboard paper and now we place another cardboard paper on the rough side to give you a clean work. So this is the result. Now the next thing I'm going to do is cut out another bigger carton paper, and that is what we're going to be using as the frame itself. Okay, and I'll trace my board, my white board. I'll trace it around the carton paper, making sure that all corners sit in the middle. Okay, my board sits in the middle of my new carton paper. I'll use my pencil and I'll trace. Now all sides, all the excess on the sides needs to be the same like this. So I can mark another half an inch in from my first actual line. Okay, so I made the first line and I marked another 0.5 inch in from the first line. And I made a box, okay, just as the first box. But now it is half an inch smaller. What I'll do is I'll cut out the inner box, the smaller box. I'll cut that out and this is what it looks like. So like I said, this is what I used for my frame, and I will show you guys how I wrap my Ankara into this frame or onto this frame. Now I cut out a very wide piece of Ankara fabric, 4 square, like squared, and I placed my frame on it, my frame carton or my carton frame on it, and then I make sure I glued it together. Okay, I glued my carton to my fabric using the top bond glue, and you can see the white glue showing on top because I glued the down parts already. So I glued the carton to the fabric and I made this cut on the sides, all the four corner sides. So when I fold this, I get a clean fold. So you can see the small arrows showing you where to cut out to, the four corners of the frame, so that when you fold your Ankara onto the frame, you get a clean cut. At this point, I already folded my Ankara on the frame, and now I'm going to make an X mark in the middle of this part here that I'm showing you. The arrow is going to show you. I'm just going to make an X mark and cut it out, because now I need to fold that part onto my frame. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I do that. I'm just going to cut out excess and just fold in only 0.5 inch of the fabric. Okay, so I'll cut excess and leave only 0.5 inch or 0.75 inch, just making sure I don't have too much on top of the frame. And now this is what I have now. Notice something, this is the rough part of the frame. You can see this is where we did almost all the folding, and at this other side everything is clean, and this is how I was able to achieve the frame. Now I have just one last process to do, and that process is to glue my board to the frame. Okay, and I'm going to be gluing this board to the rough side of my frame. The rough side of the frame is what I'll glue to my board, and the rough side of the frame is what I'll glue to the rough side of my board also. Okay, so I'll just leave the rough side glued to each other like this, and I'll show you guys the result. So this is my second attempt, not first, of making a frame, and trust me, I learned a whole lot about what I'm meant to do and what I am not meant to do. And trust me, this process made me better, and now I know that I can be better in making frames and I can get better results when I make them. So this is what I decided to write on the frame. I went ahead to write, "As above, so below." Now this is one of the quotes that I wrote a lot on the frames I made at last. I made so much frames, guys. I made a whole lot of frames, but then I kept writing "as above, so below" because I feel like that is one quote that just concludes and summarizes everything about life. As above, so below; as within, so without. As your intention, so is your action, and that will create your reality. So these are the frames that I have made so far, and trust me, I am happy I went on this particular project, because these are the things I actually wanted on my wall, and I got to do them myself. Like, I'm really grateful I did this whole project. And I'm going to be bringing a video and show you guys some of the process I followed to achieve some of these frames. So if you like any of them, let me know which of them, and I'm bringing a video to you. Okay, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to help me like, subscribe if you want to, and in case you don't want to do any of it, just keep coming back to watch. There's no problem. Do not subscribe, do not like, just come watch and get motivated to do what you want to do. Okay, I love you so much. Love and light. Bye.
I know